Welcome back. This session is restorative yoga poses. So this is poses that we hold for a longer amount of time and we be as relaxed and passive as possible in them. And we use a few bits and pieces to help us hold the poses as comfortably and easily as possible. So this isn't about struggling and striving to achieve a pose. This is about doing as little as possible to let your body go, that's the plan. So the props we're using, I haven't got bolsters and all the yoga stuff because we're not in studio, we're shut down and that's all elsewhere. So we're going to go with some cushions and blankets and blocks and a wall. First poses then, I'm going to go to the wall. I'm just going to move the mat a little bit closer so I've got a little bit of padding. And you can excuse my back for some of this one. Gathering together some blankets and cushions and whatever else you might need. Possibly use a blanket with this one. We're going to start by simply lying with our legs up the wall. And some of you might be helpful to have a little bit of padding underneath your hips. That's probably a little bit too much. So I'm going to paddle bottom as well. So to get into the wall, do a little shuffle. Get as close to the wall as you can. So getting the side of your thigh right into the wall. And then doing a little roll around. That's often the hardest part. We're settling with the feet on the wall. Now, if this is comfy with the pad there, leave it there. If it's better without, take it out. The whole point of restorative restful yoga is to just get it so it works for your body. All bodies are different shapes and proportions. Little bits are tighter in some bodies than other bodies. So this is just about finding out what feels as comfortable as possible. Another option would be, rather than to have it under your hips, would be to have a little bit of padding underneath your head maybe. So let's go, oh that's nice. When you get to that, oh that's nice, or oh that's better, that's where you need to be. If you're thinking, oh it's all right, then just keep playing around with possibilities. Now the other thing with restorative yoga is we try and hold the poses for longer. As I say, it's time to let gravity do the pose for you, to let your body lose all its resistance to the shape you've made. And so for that reason, I'm going to invite you to just set up the pose and then maybe press the pause button, because this is going to have to be a 15-minute video and you might want to spend 15 minutes just in one pose. So take a moment just to rest in this pose for as long or short a time as you like. I'm going to move on to the second pose so that we can get a few ideas done in a short amount of time, and then you make of those ideas what you will. The next pose that you can move to when you feel ready to would be to just bring the feet down and just slide them down as close to the floor as is okay for you. And again, you might want to put a bit of padding underneath your feet here. You know, if your feet are tender on the edges, then some padding there might be an idea. And then just go heavy again, as heavy as possible, as relaxed as possible, as floppy as possible. Breathe there. And again, just press the pause button on the video. Spend as long as you like here. 1 minute, 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Put some music on. An option in this position would be to very gently press the knees open. However, once you do this, you're not being entirely passive, you're becoming active in some way, but you might want to do that. Or you might want to put the activity in at the beginning, give that hip area a stretch, and then maybe go passive. So spend as long time in this pose as you would like to. I'm going to move on to another option of a restorative pose using the wall. Next optional pose. Well, they're all optional. A lot of things in life are optional, a few aren't. Next pose is to have a go at doing a pigeon pose. So we're going to bring one leg up the wall, rotate this one. Now there's going to be a little bit of work on this leg, because if this leg is totally passive, you might find this knee just gets a bit overstretched to the wrong direction. So a little bit of work bringing this leg towards you. This is going to possibly create a big stretch here for you. If it doesn't, there is an option to bring this foot slowly down. This is going to add stretch in and around the hip here, maybe the thigh. You decide. If this knee gets any discomfort, it's quite important to fix this ankle. So that ankle gets more and more fixed as you bring that foot more and more down the wall. Once you've got into that position again, there's a little bit of activity in this one because if that foot needs to be held in position, there's a little bit of activity in that leg if you're keeping it up higher and you don't want it pushed back that way. The rest of the body can go soft. Again, press the pause button, stay in this position as long as you would like. And then when you're ready, we just do the other side. Obviously, I'll just do a very quick demo. Leg goes straight. Just the bone of this lower leg against the thigh bone. If you just, on that ankle, more like to stretch that ankle, it's this area we're after stretching, remember? So maybe a little slide of that foot down the wall, a little or a lot. Any tension, any unpleasant sensation in this knee, either don't go any further or have a go at fixing that foot to make that knee stronger. And again, come into that position, rest, breathe, press the pause button on the video and stay here for a few minutes. I'm going to move on to the next idea. So you can turn this into a long restorative session if you wish to. I'm just doing the demo fairly quickly. Next option is to come into a twist. We're going to use the floor now, so I'm just going to reset. A lot of moving around of bits and pieces with restorative yoga. So I'm just going to excuse my back. I'm going to reset my mat just a little bit away from the wall so I've got space. And we're going to go into a twist. So the twist here is just lying, let me just do it this way. So we're going to lie with floppy legs to the edge of your mat, on top or just a bit next to it, whatever you want. From here, just lengthen out your tummy and take a little bit of a lie down now onto elbows as you get this twist through the spine or onto the floor. So this is where you use your bits and pieces. Support anything that needs supporting, tummy or chest. If it feels okay to, and you're thinking this is all right, you just snuggle down, sort itself out. And if you want to get a stronger twist, you turn your head the other way. And if that's too strong in any way, shape or form, you bring it back. And when you get to the point where you go, yes, right, it's a nice little twist, I'm feeling good, I'm going to take a little sleep. Time to press the pause button and take a few breaths there. Of course, into the other side, so I'll just do another quick demo just to set you up the other way. Onto the other side, hip into the middle of the floor, legs out, sort of at a right angle there. Lengthen your tummy, start to feel that gentle twist to the spine. Come down onto your elbows. If that's high enough and it's tight, you just put piles of things underneath your tummy, your chest, until you're in a comfy position. And grab the other bits and pieces. Oh, nice. Have a little kick there. Again, remember the head can be fully turned or the other way. All right, press the pause button. Have a little snooze there. I'm going to show you the next pose. Next pose, I'm going to use the blanket and a couple of blocks. So this is one that you could do with a bolster, but in the absence of a bolster, we're going to go block. So I've got 2 blocks and then a blanket that I'm going to roll up in a sausage and place on my box. So this is going to open up the front of your body in a lovely passive stretch. Am I going to use those? I might. Maybe, maybe not. But we'll have them to hand. Where we're going to put this sausage is right across the shoulder blades, across this middle part of your back. So when you end up on the floor, you've got your your armpits sort of tucked around and above. There we go. Trial and error. I'm going to fold that up. Ah, lovely. See there it was like, just doing that was like, oh, that's blissful. So this is lovely and open across the heart space. Opening up your collarbones and breastbone. Do whatever you like with your legs. They can be straight, they can be bent, they can be floppy. In fact, I think, well, that's the one. I think I'm going to press the pause button myself and stay here for 10 minutes and then I'll come back to you. Breathe. Anyway, I must hurry on because I have to finish this at 15 minutes. But, oh, that would have been lovely to stay there. Last pose to show you. A sitting forward bend. Possibly padding your sit bones if you like, because that makes, if your mat's not thick enough, if you're on a hard floor, a bit of comfort. Then we've got, let's try this. Couple of bricks, blocks, pile of magazines, whatever you've got. Couple of cushions. Give those cushions a bit of a cuddle. If this is too much here, you could put something underneath your knees so your padding could become a little support. That's nice. Cuddle my cushions. Oh. Floppy legs. Go passive. Press the pause button. Breathe. I'm falling asleep. So the benefits of restorative yoga. Play around with the poses, with the props, until you just find a spot where you just go, yeah, that's nice, that'll do. I'll stay here for a few minutes. And then take as long as you want in these poses. If you want to do 10 minutes in each pose, you've got nearly an hour's practice. And close that. So I'll say goodbye properly. A little sit. We're going to take a breath together just to close the practice down. We're going to make a big circle around you as you breathe in. Inhale, create that circle of protection around you. Breathe out through the center energies of your body. And then find your ground. Find your still place. And we'll close that. Thank you so much